today's video is the reveal of the item that I got off of my 2015 wish list. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I got one of the items on my wish list. Most of the guesses were the Métis Pochette, and the item that I got was not the Métis Pochette. I got the Besace Rosebery. So start with the dimensions. Its length is 12.5, the height is 9.5, the depth is anywhere from 4.5 down here up to about 1.25 inches up here. It has a long adjustable shoulder strap. The width of the shoulder strap is about 5/8 of an inch. It has 7 adjustments, which allow the strap drop to be anywhere from 17.5 inches to 21.5 inches. I bought this item pre-loved in a private sale, but there's a little bit of a backstory on it, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. First, let me show you some close-ups, the inside, what it holds, and mod shots, and then we'll talk story. You can see the turn lock has Louis Vuitton on it. It's got some fine scratches. It is a pre-loved item. The strap, where the bag attaches to the strap, has Louis Vuitton. And the buckle where the strap adjusts also has Louis Vuitton on it. The bag was in fantastic condition. One of the spots that you look at on most of bean bags that have piping are the corners, and sometimes they have scratches or tears, scuff marks, but on this you could see all the corners look fantastic. The interior of the bag is a red textile. It has 2 patch pockets, and the date code is here on this side, leather tab. Let me show you what fits inside. These are all the items I carry on a daily basis. The pochette accessoire, that's the old model. Underneath that, the mini pochette. This is a pen case. The iPhone 6. Michael Kors compact wallet, a passport case, key clay, and an eyeglass case. And I'll show you how these fit inside. So there's all the items inside, including I added the iPad mini in there if I were to carry that. I don't usually carry that on a daily basis, but it will hold it. So let me show you mod shots. I'm 5'4". This is with the bag set on the longest setting as a long shoulder. And as a crossbody. Let me show you on the shortest setting. On the shortest setting, again, I'm 5'4". It's very easy to get into while it's on your shoulder. On the shortest setting, it would be too short for me to wear a crossbody, but it's very comfortable as a short shoulder. So I bought this item pre-loved. The story behind it is I have been looking for a Besace for quite a while. Some of you may know that I've been looking for it since they discontinued it. This bag was released in 2012. It came out, this line was the Besace Rosebery, was also released with the Besace Rosebery, and the Bergamo MM and GM. I don't know. I think there may have been a PM Bergamo, but I'm not positive on that. Anyway, those 3 were all released at the same time, all damier bin, interesting turn locks. I'm going to say the Besace has the same turn lock as this. The Bergamo has a square turn lock, which you have to line up with the hole. So those were all released in 2012. They were discontinued in 2014. I went to get, when I looked at this when it was released, it for some reason didn't appeal to me. I was looking at crossbodies then, but this item I did look at, and it just wasn't me at the time. I was also more into hobos and carrying a lot more than I am now. So I passed that one by. Last year, 2014, I became interested in it. So I went to LV, and they had one in my store. And I looked at it and I wanted it. Unfortunately, it had a big white mark right here that we couldn't remove. When we looked it up in the system, all of them had been discontinued. There was only one left in the country, and it was the one that was in my store. So there went that. So I kept looking for them pre-loved. The interesting thing about any damier Ebene piece is that they're more limited than the monogram pieces. If you were to look on, like I looked on eBay today, just strictly Louis Vuitton damier Ebene pieces, there are only 752 compared to the thousands of Louis Vuitton monogram pieces that are available. This one was not a popular item for selling item for Louis Vuitton, so they are harder to come by. You have to kind of watch for them. I think over the last year I've seen maybe 15 in the last 12 months in varying conditions. One thing you have to look for is the turn lock. Is it all scratched up? And that's going to happen with time, because with use you're going to get scratches on this anyway. The other place to look is scratches on the Ebene piping on all the corners. And then another thing to look at is on these bags where the turn lock is, on the interior of the bag, a lot of times you'll see a lot of wear right here where the buckle is, where the turn lock is on the interior. And then another place is right here where the bag folds. You'll see a lot of wear. I've looked at a lot of bags, and one thing about this bag is, and you'll see it in pictures, is that it doesn't lay completely smooth across here, and that was just a defect in the manufacturing. This one less so than most. It looks fairly flat across here, but most of them have a kind of a wave, like the canvas didn't align completely correctly or something. And as they get older, I guess it becomes more pronounced. But this one's pretty good. You can't really tell it. When it is full, you see a little bit of a wave in there, but not much. So anyway, so I've been following them on eBay, and I hadn't found one at the price and the condition that I really liked. So, what was it, 2 weeks ago, I think, almost 2 weeks ago, I saw a damier Ebene Besace Rosebery on eBay for a fantastic price, and it was a buy it now. And it had been listed a couple of times in the history at different prices, and they lowered it to a really good price. Before I could press the buy it now, someone else bought it. So it was sold. I felt like this bag was meant to be for me. So I kept checking the listing, thinking if the buyer didn't pay or backed out for whatever reason. So I kept checking the seller's account to see if this bag popped up again. Well, come to find out, about a week later, maybe a little bit less, in a Facebook group, two friends of mine notified me of a Besace Rosebery up for sale, and they sent me pictures. Turned out to be the exact same bag that I had been following on eBay and wanted to buy. The person bought it for their mother, and their mother didn't like it, so they wanted to sell it. So I got this bag in the end, the bag that was meant to be for me. So here it is. It's fabulous. I've been, like I say, pursuing the Besace for quite a while. It came in fabulous condition. It also came with the original receipt and the tags. The Besace Rosebery. And it's got the original on the back. And then, of course, this one, the cowhide tag that's in every bag. Now, I will say about this, when you're buying items, don't be distracted by the fact that they do or don't have tags or receipts. Because just because this bag has a receipt and tags does not indicate authenticity of the bag. Only the bag indicates authenticity. You look at the markings on the bag, the maiden stamp, the date code, all of those indicate authenticity. Don't be distracted by the fact that the seller has tags or receipt. Make sure that the bag is authentic first. Because what people have been doing on eBay is, if, say, somebody buys an authentic bag, so they have the receipts and the tag, then they buy a fake bag and they match the receipt and tags to the fake bag. Now they made a huge profit on a fake bag. So don't be distracted. This is a tremendous plus, but buy the bag because the bag is authentic, not because they have tags, and don't be distracted by that. Make sure you know the bag is authentic first. So that was a plus. I'm glad that I have them, but if I didn't have them, lots of the ones that I looked at did not have tags and receipts, and I still would have bought them if they'd been in this condition. So that's the Besace Rosebery. I can already tell that this bag will be one of the top bags for me to be used in 2015, along with the Speedy B25. So there's my bag. I always prefer damier ebene. Now, one thing I will say, I just watched Jerusha's video it was a chit chat video. And the interesting thing I liked about her collection, she was talking about downsizing, things you use and don't use. Her collection is very concise and on point for her. I think that was, she's done an amazing job. I have done pretty good. I've downsized, and I kind of go along with that. What I say is bags are like relationships. I mean, what I would say for me was I used to be a cult leader. I had lots of bags. I didn't have relationships with them. Over 2014, 2013, I downsized a lot. So I'm not a cult leader anymore. So the relationship goes that, say, some people are serial daters. They buy a bag, they use it a couple times, sometimes they don't use it at all, then they're on to the next best. Some people are players. They have several bags, they don't have commitments to any of them, and any can go at any time because they're not committed to it. They use it once or twice, or they never use it and they buy another one. Then there are the monogamists, like my mom, who buys a bag and uses it for life. She only buys another new bag when that bag is no longer useful or is broken, torn, dyed, whatever. Or there is the, like myself now, I would say I'm more of a polygamist. I have relationships with more than one bag, and there's always room to make for one more bag, but I'm trying to keep it more realistic, so I don't have hundreds of bags. I have a manageable number, but I'd like to kind of get down to an even more manageable number like Jerusha's collection, which is, like I say, very focused. I have a lot of admiration for her being so on point with what she uses in her collection. So anyway, that's my new bag, and I'm glad to share it with you. This bag was not appreciated much by the LV public, but I think it's underappreciated. It really is a fantastic bag, and I think it will be in the collection for a very long time. So one item marked off on the 2015 wish list. Stay tuned. Another item hopefully to be revealed for the 2015 wish list. Watch the Instagram channel. Thanks. Have a great week. So follow me on Instagram. Same name as this channel. Thanks. Have a great week.